Hi everyone, welcome to Adventures with Raven and Rowley. I'm Raven and this is Rowley. We're converting a cargo trailer while living in a fifth wheel, full time. Last week I talked about cooking while living in an RV and camping. This week I will talk about insurance. If you're curious, please join us on this journey and continue to watch. Comments and questions and suggestions would be greatly appreciated. This week, I talk very generally about insurance and what you should consider. I am not an insurance agent. I was just trying to find out what I needed to know about what I needed to know. Okay? Like everything else, insurance is a matter of choices, and it's dependent upon what kind of rig you have, what you expect to do with it, where you're going to take it, and for how long, and what state you live in. So there is no way I could give you information at all about how much it's going to cost, from who you should buy it, and the risks for not having it. So as a result, it turns out that it's really dependent upon your needs. You need to talk to an insurance agent. I would suggest you do talk to an agent as opposed to just checking off boxes, because there's a lot of stuff in the very fine print that you may or may not be aware of that doesn't come up when you do little check boxes, when you're looking for the absolute cheapest thing there is out there, because you have to have it, right? First, there's, well, it's not first, but there is Nomad Insurance. Now, Nomad Insurance is usually used for people who are traveling in and out of the country. There's two types, and one will cover luggage and your health, and one will just cover your health. I mean, you should consider Nomad Insurance if you're going to or from Mexico or Canada, you know, either way. Other than that, I don't believe, from what I've seen, I don't believe that Nomad Insurance will help if you're a resident of the United States and you're traveling only in the United States. I have health insurance because I'm over 65. So I have Medicare and Medicaid, but mostly Medicare. If you're under 65, you should get insurance, medical insurance that you can use anywhere. I don't know really much about that because when I was 65, there wasn't a requirement that I had to have medical insurance. So I never did, you know, unless I was working at a job that offered it, and that was not most of jobs. You can get Medicare after you're 65. Soon it's time to, if you have Medicare, it's time to re-look at it, re-up. Now, Medicare Part A covers hospital insurance, inpatient hospital care, skilled nursing facilities, hospice, lab tests, surgery, home health care. And it covers a lot of stuff. I mean, a wide range of stuff, but not everything is covered. Most dental care, you know, practically no dental care. Eye exams, well, eye exams are better than any of the others. You can at least get some decent glasses, and you can get an eye exam. If you have a dental problem, you're pretty much out of luck. You have to come out of pocket. Hearing aids, you got to pretty much come out of pocket. Acupuncture, any cosmetic surgeries, anything like that is not covered by original Medicare. And Medicare doesn't cover long-term care, so if you end up in a hospice or something like that, you're out of luck. The open enrollment period is from October 15th to December 7th each year. You can join, switch, or drop your plan. Right now I'm in an HMO, and I will be dropping out of that HMO and going to original Medicare because I will be traveling the country. I've got an HMO right now. It stands for Home Maintenance Organization. You would think it would be home medical, but it's not. Anyway, I'm going to be dropping out of this HMO because I will be traveling the country. If you're in an HMO, you have to be regional. So you go to your regional doctor. You have to be approved for just about everything and anything that has to go through their doctors. If you've got your HMO on the West Coast and you're traveling on the East Coast, you are out of luck. You have to come out of pocket for everything. Okay? So I won't be staying in an HMO. I'm going to go to the original Medicare. I think also, when you're thinking about insurance, you think about death insurance. Now, I'm not talking about life insurance where you pay into it and with a little luck you'll get paid when you die. I'm talking about things like funeral parlors and cremation society. The cremation societies, you can find them all over the country. They're in every state. Very inexpensive to join, and usually when you join, you lock in a price for cremation. And I think it's something like, well, when I was in New Hampshire 5 years ago when my mother died, it was, I think, $30 to join, and that locked in the fee for the cremation itself, which was relatively inexpensive. I think it was a little over $1,000. Funeral parlors. Now you could plan your death at local funeral parlors, but they are local. Whereas with a cremation society, if you're on the East Coast and you've joined on the West Coast, they will ship your body wherever to get it to wherever it's supposed to be. Okay. In all but 3 states in the United States, you can bury someone in the backyard. I mean, you gotta get permission, and the rules and everything go by county or state or whatever. But in Indiana, California, and Washington, you can't bury anyone in the backyard unless you get permission to do so, which you can in some instances. Now, I personally told my kids, sell my body if you can, and have a party. Don't spend money on a dead body, please. Let Social Security pay the $255 that they promise everyone to take care of the problem. Okay, I don't know where they came that it's $255 to bury somebody, but that's what you get. Okay, and have a party. Okay, a body is nothing, as far as I'm concerned, is nothing more than rotting meat, and no more important than a pig or a cow that we don't bury. And personally, if you haven't seen the movie Soylent Green, that's Soylent Green, 1973 movie, watch it. It's supposed to take place in 2022, and discover what the Soylent Green is. At any rate, let's move on. Car insurance. In the United States, car insurance, liability insurance is mandatory, except in New Hampshire and Virginia. They don't require car insurance, but they do require that you have enough income to take care of an accident, assuming one happens. Okay? If you're buying a new car, or if it's financed, then get the extended warranty. It'll save you a lot. Now, if, for instance, you bought the car and it's relatively new, or the extended warranty is expiring, then try and get some mechanical breakdown insurance, if you can. And that's for older cars. Now, when it gets over 100,000 miles, yeah. There's things like AAA Plus that will tow you, but they're not, from what I understand, they're not good for off-roading or boondocking, because as soon as you get off the tarmac, you're not eligible to be towed. There's things like Good Sam roadside assistance for RVs in particular. And And in either case, you should check your standard car insurance for towing and stuff. A lot of them have towing included, but most people don't read the fine print or don't realize it, and then they get AAA on top of it. So you've got double insurance that you're paying for. RV insurance. And then you would ask, what insurance should you have on your RV? Well, the law states that motorhomes must have liability insurance if they are driven on the roads of the United States. Okay. That's what the federal government says. You got to have it. So this thing with Virginia and New Hampshire, it's a little iffy. You know, your best bet would be just to go get the insurance. In this park, you must have liability insurance just to even stay in the park. I mean, what happens if your rig catches on fire and sets somebody else's on fire? You know, you gotta have it. The other thing you should have is renters, well, I guess it's like content insurance. If you're traveling and you're living in your RV full time, that's your home. You need to cover the stuff on the inside. Usually when you get insurance for RV, it covers just the RV. And you should get replacement costs too on your RV, which will raise the price of the insurance. If your RV is relatively new or you've got stuff in there you want to insure. Okay. And full coverage is generally optional unless you financed it, because the bank really wants to be covered for sure. Now I have a trailer and conversion, and they don't count that really as an RV, but you can insure cargo trailers as a utility trailer, and then if you've got a lot of expensive stuff on the inside, you can, you know, you're covered. And box trailers, camper trailers, that kind of stuff, there are standalone trailer policies available. Your car insurance, though, might also cover your trailer, so you should check that. You got to read the fine print on this stuff. I hate it, but... And then, of course, there's utility trailer theft insurance. That's a biggie, because anybody can tow it away if they really, really want to. Now, aside from insurance, there's the emergency preparation file. This is, you should need to create one of these. These are, well, I guess you could kind of call it personal insurance that you create, in that you're keeping all of your important papers in something that you can, has a handle, you can grab it and go, you know. Some of the smaller fire safes have handles on them. You keep your vital records in it. Copies of your birth certificates, adoption papers, marriage license, driver's license, passports, all your property you own, order car records, deeds, leases, titles, all property, period. Insurance policies, and your pet records. You should have also a document locator, so you can tell people where the originals are, where are they stored off-site. So you would have something like a bank deposit box, which most banks don't have anymore because people don't use them. But places where you would keep your important papers. Keep your financial information with that, a list of bank account numbers, copies of the front and back of each credit card, all investment account numbers, retirement pension numbers, detailed information on any current income and benefits that you're getting, detailed information about outstanding mortgages and loans, medical information, copies of your health, life, disability insurance policies and cards, medical history of each member, list of medications, prescriptions, including the doses and pharmacies where you get it from, and any details about ongoing medical conditions and treatments. And last but not least, your contacts. Keep telephone numbers, addresses, email addresses, all kinds of things like that. Friends and families to reach in case of emergency. Neighbors who have access to your house. You gave a key to somebody, you know. And I said financial institutions, insurance companies, legal advisors, physicians, specialists, hospitals, and other healthcare providers. And don't forget your employers and the benefits that they give you. Now, that was a long list, but these are you should have them handy anyway, and you should have them in a space, or at least copies of them, someplace where you can grab them and go. Now, it's nice to have all of this on your phone, but what if you lose your phone? I mean, you can put it up in the cloud and get another phone and then access it, but if you're in the middle of an emergency, nothing works like paper, you know. And then, of course, there's pet insurance. Okay, Rowley's right here. Okay, microchip your dog and your cats and any other pets you've got. Microchip them. It's really, really helpful. Put your dog tag with your phone number on it, or a text number, or something, you know, somewhere that people can get you when they see the tag. Keep pictures of your pet with the markings. Make sure you take pictures of the back while they're standing up, while they're sitting down, from the front, from the side, from the top, so you can see every marking, because after a while a brown and white dog looks like a brown and white dog. You know, for some reason I haven't been able to identify my pets, whereas I can identify my friends and my kids. I just don't know why. So keep pictures. Pet insurance pays partly or in total for veterinary treatment if the pet is injured or ill. Okay, some policies pay out when a pet dies or if a pet is lost or stolen. So lifetime pet insurance is ideal if your pet develops a long-term illness such as diabetes, arthritis. Okay, but because lifetime policies are so comprehensive, they cost more than time-limited policies, which offer cover for short-term illnesses and injuries. Oh gosh, and then what's excluded from pet insurance, like health insurance for people? What's excluded is usually spaying and neutering, annual checkups, vaccinations, flea and tick control, heartworm medication, teeth cleaning, ear cleaning, and microchipping. Now, microchipping is only $50, or at least it was when I got my cats done. And because I had 3 cats at the time, they gave me a discount. So those things are almost always excluded from pet insurance coverage, but at the very least, microchipping is beneficial and is the cheapest of the bunch. You should keep the originals of all of those paperworks, deeds, birth certificates, that kind of insurance policy should be stored in a fire safe or safe deposit box as a backup, so that when you run out of the house in an emergency because a cyclone is coming, or if you're driving and you need to have all of this stuff, you have the copies, and you won't have an opportunity to destroy the originals if, for instance, you end up in a flood. Let the important people in your family, close friends, know where you stored what's contained in those cases, in case you need access to it and you've gotten separated from your copies. Okay. And I think that's it. That was a lot of stuff. But it's necessary to think about it. You don't necessarily need all of it. But some of it, yes. I mean, like, you gotta have car insurance to be on the road. You have to have health insurance because it's mandated by the government. The rest of it you don't necessarily need, but it would be good to have if you can afford it. So that's that. Okay. As for Rowley, Rowley is doing great. He's a good dog. You know, what can I tell you? So I hope that list wasn't too fast. Thanks for watching and subscribing, and thanks to those who bought us a treat. If you'd like to help us get on the road and stay on the road, see the links below. Please share my video and subscribe to Adventures with Raven and Rowley, and like and ring the notification bell if you would. See you next Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, or Pacific Time. I'm not sure when the time changes. Take care of you and yours, and blessed be.